a good morning to you. And I'm looking a little bit shady at the moment because I'm walking in the shade. It's a Sunday morning, so which means it's time for me to take out my camera and speak to you. Anyway, what is there to talk about from my side on the creativity front this week? 2 novellas written, and if memory serves me correctly, I think I managed to publish 4 blog posts during the course of the week. So blogging and writing are both on track. There is one writing project that I've been avoiding, and that's not the book that's due to publish this coming Thursday, but the book that's due to publish the Thursday after needs a massive amount of editing revision, and that is something I've been avoiding. I've also prepared a couple of social posts. Let me just sit down here in the bright sunshine. Cobalt skies out behind me, and now I'm squinting into the sun. Let me swivel that way. Is that slightly better? I'm not squinting into the sun anymore, and now I can speak to you. Anyway, a couple of social posts I've been planning, and yes, it's October. I've got one blue nail, as is part of the October awareness campaign. There we go, one blue nail, about child abuse, raising awareness about the scourge of child abuse, that we've got 1 in 5 children in every first world country that are victims of that terrible crime, and that's exactly why I've got the one nail in blue. Mental health wise, still not really in a good space. The hormone treatments are going reasonably well, although it's difficult to say right now because the hormone treatments throw my emotions all over the place. And the good news is that it takes approximately 3 months to balance out on the new hormone dosage for the emotionality and everything to calm back down. However, because I'm so fresh and new into the journey, the dosage is changed every 30 to 60 days. For instance, this dosage change now I think is going to be staying in place consistently at least until the end of November, which gives me 2 months, which is just 1 month away from being able to get stable emotions again. Flies buzzing around my head. Spain. So if the dosages are changed at the end of November, then I'll be looking at December, January, February with wobbly emotions, and then hopefully restabilize again. But overall, from the stability point of view, better than before. Although I'm saying better than before, just a week ago I was an absolute emotional mess with my depressive episodes coming flooding back into my face. I can't say that I'm feeling really depressed at the moment. I'm managing to get things done, but even though I'm pushing through and getting things done, it's more of an anhedonia type of thing than depression. In other words, feeling absolutely numb. Wait, I need to step up from here. There must be something really stinky around because I've got like 20 flies buzzing around my head, into my eyes and into my ears. So let me move away from there. It's more of an anhedonia. In other words, I am feeling pretty dead inside. Let's see, lighting wise, will this work if I sit down here? That's not, there we go, that's not too bad. So yes, feeling fairly dead inside and doing some of the things that should be bringing joy but don't bring joy. That's simply because I'm not in the emotional space really to be feeling the joy from those things that would normally be bringing joy, but doing them anyway, because it's, even though the anhedonia is terrible, it's better than the depressed space that lies just below it. So I'm taking anhedonia as a step up, a step in the right direction, and at least with anhedonia I can still be really productive, so that as I pull myself back out of the dark space again, I'm not, right, if I move across a little bit like this I can get a little bit more sun reflection off the concrete, and that's better lighting. If I keep being productive, it just means that income-wise things can stabilize there, which means that I'll be in a slightly better position when the anhedonia lifts, so that I don't have to face a financial crisis over the course of the December-January period, which is something that used to plague me a lot living in the southern hemisphere, when I was doing something that was in the education field as a private freelancer, and when the schools took their 2-month-long summer vacation, my income dried up, which in the southern hemisphere meant summer vacations were December, January, so end of the year became a constant financial survival battle, which is something that has carried with me ever since, as far as the final quarter of the year is concerned, bringing a certain degree of anxiety. Living in the northern hemisphere, that anxiety isn't quite, or the manifestation of the struggle isn't quite the same, because in the content creation game, the fourth quarter, October, November, December, is generally our best quarter of the year, and the quarter in which we generate the most amount of income. So at least I'm able to overcome that. Anyway, looking ahead, I'm wanting to publish one novel this week, edit probably 4 of the ones that I've got there on my waiting list, and maybe write another, and as well as that I want to get another 4 blog posts out this coming week, but let's see how we are able to progress as far as that's concerned. That's me. This Sunday, time to get a couple of calories into my system in the form of breakfast, do a long walk in which I can use this phone to listen to at least 2 of those novellas back, so that I can make the edits that need to be made, and hopefully those are quick, easy edits, and I can get those novellas uploaded to KDP as soon as possible. But speak to you all next week. Let me know how you're progressing on your side. Till then, bye.